Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. In today's episode, we are going to be going over my stock and crypto portfolio. Some of the biggest questions I get from you guys is, hey, what are you doing with this? What are you doing with that? You guys obviously probably follow some of the names that I am currently invested in. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to go over my portfolio. I'll give you guys my 2 cents on just how I'm approaching things and what I'm looking for. If you guys are familiar with our buying and selling strategy, it's very, very simple. We base everything off of a few indicators that we use. Typically what we look at is this blue wave right here. Okay, when this blue wave is down here below the white line, this is when we are normally looking to buy and accumulate our assets. So you could see this is Oracle. We're just starting with the first name here at the top, biggest winner on the day, up 9%. We did take a position on this right here around 180 or 190. It did sell off over the last couple of weeks back down here to 155, but just because we bought it right here and it sold off does not mean we panic sell. We are just actually looking to buy more on the next green dot. So you can see the last time we got the green dot with the wave down here was back in April. This was when everybody was panicking about Trump tariffs. This thing went from 127 all the way up here to 345. So what I've been trying to tell people is, hey, if you think that an asset is going back to all-time highs like Oracle's one of the biggest tech companies in the world. They make around $16 billion a quarter. They're a massive company. Okay, so if you think it's going back up here to 320 and you bought it at 180 and then it sank to 160, I mean, it's not really going to matter all that much whether you bought at 180 or 160 if it comes back up here to 320. I think it's a great place to be looking to buy this thing. Again, our indicator confirms that, and we're actually sitting on the blue line here. So that blue line is the 200-week moving average. So everything we do here is based on the larger time frames like the weekly and the monthly. We're not day traders, we are swing traders. Our typical time frame for investments is anywhere from 1 to 6 months, meaning when we buy, we are looking to hold for 1 to 6 months, and we lay our entire trading strategy out over here inside of the Discord. 1 to 6 months on all investments. We focus on a monthly and a weekly chart. Logic, data, and discipline is what we make all of our calls off of. Again, this strategy is what we stick to. It doesn't matter what Twitter's saying, what CNBC's saying, whatever's happening in the market, it doesn't matter to us. Okay, we invest based on data and based on logic. I can look at Oracle's chart here and see that every time this wave has come down here and given a green dot, just like it did there at 61, just like it did there at 67, just like it did here at 71, it has always been a good time to buy and accumulate. Okay, most people are buying up here. Does that make sense? Most people are buying when people are excited. Okay, if you guys are buying when people are excited, okay, you're buying the top. Okay, one thing I want to reference is that blue line, right? That blue line right here is the 4-year moving average. Okay, so it's a 200 EMA. Okay, the white line is a 50 EMA. So think about it. A year has 52 weeks in a year. Okay, 52 weeks in a year. If we're looking at the average price over 200 weeks, that is a 4-year average. Okay, so if you take a look at the mean here, okay, if you're buying way up off of the mean like the majority of retail are doing, okay, this is when everyone's excited, everyone's having a good time, right? We're in a bull market, we're just going up, everything's great, everything's dandy, right? That is normally when, let me close this other window out here. That is normally when the majority of retail is buying, okay? Right now, okay, we're into the mean. We're into the 4-year average on Oracle. So again, I bought at 180. I didn't buy to 180 to sell down here at 150, okay, or 160. I bought here thinking I'm going to average down if it ended up going the other way, and it did. So I'm still holding. I'm actually looking to buy Oracle probably tomorrow or whenever we get that green dot there on the weekly. I like the chart. I like that it's into the 4-year average here. It's literally pulled back from the top now. I mean, this thing's down 60% from the top. When an asset pulls back 60%, that is when I'm interested. Okay, most people are buying when it goes up 100%, right? There was people buying up here. People can't sell unless someone's buying up here. So this thing down here at 155, I think, is still a steal. Looking for that green dot confirmation here. I like how this thing's starting the week up 9%. ETHA, so I took a position on this last week, and it's up today. So I'm happy about that, but this is pretty much a trade on Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum obviously lost its support level right here at around 2,600. A lot of people have been asking, hey, what happened to the green dots? What happened to the green dots? Well, these green dots called the bottom right here. This was the bottom for almost 2.5 months, right? That was the bottom right there. We went sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks, right? 10 weeks is 2.5 months. So I told you guys when these green dots came, I said, hey, watch 2,600. If 2,600 breaks, there's going to be a liquidation event because there's a lot of stop losses here, right? There's a lot of over-leveraged people trading with 10, 20x leverage like a bunch of idiots, okay? And when they get liquidated, that is the reason the price drops like this, okay? That is panic selling. I think this is a massive opportunity for Ethereum, okay? And I did take a position last week. I took it around, I think it was at 1,800. So I'm up a little bit on those options. I did play the options here. The 35 options for the 27th. So I took those. I called that out in the Discord, but you could see here we're already up about $1,000 on those, up 8%. But I really like where those are sitting at right now. I played ETHA just because it's an ETF, and I did buy options just to get a little bit more exposure to Ethereum. So I'm thinking Ethereum's either going to go sideways for a little bit here. I think we're going to see some chop where we could just go sideways, kind of like we did here. But I ultimately think the next move is going to be higher just based on how low this wave is. Again, you zoom out of Ethereum. Every time this wave has been down here, okay, it's been a good buying opportunity. Good buying opportunity there, good buying opportunity there, good buying opportunity here, good buying opportunity here, good buying opportunity here. Okay, it all resulted in a big move. And normally, the bigger this thing sells off or the faster it sells off, that normally means the faster the recovery is going to be. What's going on, 23? What's going on, Ant? Nate, how you doing, brother? Good afternoon. Nice to see you, man. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I've had some life stuff happen. My wife's best friend actually just had a miscarriage today, so things are kind of chaotic right now. She just actually left to go see her, so just getting the stream in right now. Ron says, "What about Sui?" Sui's on my list here. We're gonna get to that here in just a second, but I really like Ethereum down here at these levels. Again, the last time we got a green dot with the wave this deep was back here in April. This thing went from 1,500 all the way up to 4,000 or 5,000. Okay, and again, this was one of our best trades last year. Okay, we were buying when everyone's panicking. You're either buying when everyone's excited or when everyone's panicking. Okay, we've talked about this the last couple of weeks, guys. The fear and greed index is at all-time lows down here. Okay, we are in extreme fear, meaning the crypto sentiment right now is very bad. Okay, very bad. We are in despair, right? We are down here. This does not feel good. If you guys don't feel good about your crypto portfolio right now, that's because we are down here, right? Despair is called despair for a reason, okay? This isn't sunshine and rainbows and everyone's having a good time and everyone's, right, just jumping for joy, right? Like they were back here in August, okay? This is when everyone was very excited, okay? Everyone, hey, is it too late to buy Ethereum? Is it too late to buy Ethereum? Yes, it's too late to buy Ethereum. We're way up here. Okay, we want to buy down here in this area. So we're just looking for a green dot on Ethereum. That'll be the bottom. Again, I started that position last week, so I still really like Ethereum here. If it holds 2,000, I don't see it going lower than that $1,700 level. Pinlink, this is another one. Again, just waiting on the green dot, waiting for that reversal to the upside here. If you guys are familiar with our sell strategy, we look to sell when the price comes back up here into the red zone, and I added this EMA ribbon. I'm testing that out, just kind of looking at it, playing with it. But again, a red dot in the red zone is part of our sell strategy on a daily chart. So the last red dot in the red zone came up here at 35 for this Ethereum ETF. Okay, and if you look at Ethereum here, okay, this came, again, up here at 46, 47,000. Okay, and again, it's sold all the way off to 2K. If you guys are not taking profits up here in this zone, okay, you're not following our sell strategy. We have a buy strategy and a sell strategy. If you just have a buy strategy and don't know when to take profits, okay, that's a problem. Okay, the sell strategy is just as important. We want to sell up in the red zone of the Fibonacci, and we want to buy on this lower end. This is when we're buying. Okay, if you're buying down here, you're going to beat everybody over the long term. Okay, you might be right, you might be wrong a little bit in the short term. Okay, there might be some turbulence in the short term, like we've seen over the last couple weeks. But ultimately, we're buying when no one else is excited, right? We're buying when people are not having a good time. Okay, and there's going to be a time, I don't know when, typically my time frame is 1 to 6 months for these moves, when we come back up here and everyone's really excited again. By that time, we're going to be ready to sell. Okay, we're going to be ready to take profits. And again, we go back to this chart here and you can tell, right? The mean, the average, that's that dotted line. How do we know if we're getting a fair price for an asset? We look at that average. Okay, if you're buying it at the average, this is the 4-year moving average, right? The average price over 4 years. Okay, that's a good data point to have. Charlie Munger says all you need to do is buy good quality projects at their 4-year average and you'll make money over time. Okay, so right now you can see that we're getting a discount, right? Because when we're below the average, below that dotted line, you're getting a discount. Okay, you're getting discounted prices. You're buying below the 4-year average. Okay, which is really good. Okay, if you're buying at the average, like right here, okay, like where Bitcoin's sitting right now, look at this. Okay, Bitcoin's sitting right on its average right now. Okay, right on that 4-year average. So I would say this is a fair price for Bitcoin. But where does everyone want to buy Bitcoin? Up here at 120, 125. This is when everyone's jumping for joy, having a good time. Are we having a good time now? No, we're not. We could see that in the fear and greed index. Okay, extreme fear. This means despair. Okay, this means, right, sentiment is bad. Sentiment is the worst it's ever been. It has never felt worse to be a crypto investor than right now. You guys are literally witnessing history here in February of 2026. This is the lowest it has ever been on the fear and greed index. Okay, we're at the lowest point on this chart since all the way back here in 2023 when this fear and greed index came out. Okay, does that make sense? Right, this is literally history in the making right now. I think these prices in crypto, generational wealth opportunity right now, folks. We got the Clarity Act coming and passing here. They're calling for spring. They've been moving the needle every month. But I really just think they're just trying to shake everybody out. The legislation's going to pass. The banks are going to come in, and these prices are going to go parabolic. So again, if you liked Ethereum up here. Okay, if you liked it here at 26, and I did, right? I loved it right here at 26. You should like it even more down here at 2100. We don't buy here to sell here, okay? We buy here, we can average down here like we did on Ethereum, and then wait for it to go up. Again, it's not going to really matter if you buy at 2600 or 2100 if it goes back up here to 5000. You're not really going to care. Okay, what matters right now is how you react to this liquidation event. Okay, and again, this happened because we lost our support. Okay, we lost that 2600 support. We got the red dot right there on the 19th. That was right there at 2800. Okay, so I just dropped a video on how to set a stop loss on my socials, Twitter, X, TikTok. You guys can go watch that video. I'm going to put it in the course. But when you get a red dot, you need to put a stop loss in. Okay, your stop loss should have been right there at 2600, or you could have opened up a put and made money to the downside off of that red dot as well. So the only thing that invalidates a green dot is a red dot, and these markets are constantly changing. So again, we trade a weekly chart, so you don't have to look at this every day, right? Once a week, peep in here. If you see a red dot, okay, you need to take the steps to either A, set a stop loss, or B, short it. Okay, and we shorted Bitcoin and made a ton of money last week when we closed those puts out. What's going on, Jeff? Jeff says fear and greed shows a buy signal to me. Absolutely. Anyone buying right now and holding is going to be very happy, okay, in the coming months to years. Okay. Do you think we're in a bear market right now? I think we've been in a bear market for the last 7 months. Okay. We called the top here on Ethereum right here in August. Okay. Very simple. Red dot came, right? The blue wave's up here above the white line. Okay. When we're above the white line, that means we are very overbought, right? That tells us we are right here in this section. Okay, when the blue wave is up here, this is when we want to take profits. When it's down here, we shouldn't be thinking sell. We should be thinking buy, 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 buy. Okay, sell is not in our definition right now, or is not in our dictionary right now. Okay, so again, we called the top right here. So that was the start of the bear market up here, right? Up there at 4,800. We've been in a bear market, right? This thing's down 63%. So from August to now, so August, September, October, November, December, January, February, 7 months we've been in a bear market. I think we're coming out of the bear market now. I think this was the end. These last 3 weeks of just absolute capitulation. I think this was the bottom. So I think we're in. I'm not worried about a bear market, bull market. All I want to know is that, hey, am I getting a good price? Am I getting a fair price? Okay, right now on Ethereum, I think I'm getting a good price because, look, I'm looking at the mean. This is the average price over 4 years. Okay, You take 4 years of data and you're buying it below the average. So in my opinion, we're getting discounts. I don't care if it's a bear market. I don't care if it's a bull market. All I want to know is it cheap or is it expensive? Okay, it's expensive when we're way up off the averages, right? This is when everyone's hooping and hollering. Okay, in August, September, everyone was all jacked up on crypto, and now everybody hates it. Now everyone's running for the door because it's on sale. Okay, the markets are the only place where stuff goes on sale and people run out the door. They run away from it. Okay, it's like going to Walmart. They're having an 80% sale off of everything, and people are rushing out. They're just running away, right? It doesn't make sense. So that's how I feel. I mean, I don't pay any attention to the bear market, bull market talk because it really just doesn't matter to me. All I want to know is that, hey, are people excited or are people fearful, right? Are we getting a discounted price, a fair price? Again, fair price, you're at the EMA. Discounted price, you're below it. Expensive price, you're above it. Okay, we can use these averages as place markers. And again, people are not excited right now. Okay, the sentiment in crypto has never been worse. You guys understand that? It has never been worse. Okay, it has never been this low. People hate crypto right now. It is the worst thing in the world right now to people. Okay, and again, we just use a fear and greed index. We use our indicators here to tell us, like, hey, people are not having a good time right now. If you feel bad about your portfolio, you're not supposed to feel good. Okay, but once you learn how investing in the markets move, your psychology kind of starts to flip. Like right now, we should be excited because we're getting discounted prices, right? This is opportunity. Okay, in crisis, there is opportunity. Okay, imagine the 2008 dip in the housing market. Okay, imagine if you were there with cash and bought a bunch of real estate. You'd have millions and millions of dollars right now. It's the same kind of concept. Again, Ethereum is 60% off the highs. What was this dip right here from December to April? Okay, that was around 65%. Well, what are we at now? Around 64%. So this dip was the same as this dip right here. Okay, this was the same as this, and look what happened afterwards. It went straight up and to the right. Okay, this was one of our best trades last year on Ethereum. Okay, and I feel the same way about it as I do right now. So Chainlink, this is a little lower market cap coin, kind of like it's a little bit like a penny stock, but again, just waiting on the signal now. Just waiting on another signal. We got our first green dot ever right there at 12 cents. And it's sitting down here at around 9 cents. We're just waiting for the green dot signal. We did get a few green dots over here in the Discord today. We got one on the SPY, actually. Lots of stocks. We had a lot of weekly stocks today. But we did have some crypto come in last night. HBAR, FLR, Morpho, XDC, and Tonic were all the cryptos we got so far this week. I think there's going to be a lot more over the next couple weeks. And if we can get these signals to pop here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I really think you guys are going to see a massive snap back here in the market. So it's going to be a very interesting month here going into March. I know we're still early in February, so there's a lot of things can happen in a couple of weeks, folks. So again, if you're still here, if you're still hanging, right, you didn't quit. The only way you ever lose is if you quit. Okay, there's no such thing as winners and losers. In my playbook, there's only winners and quitters. Okay, if you're a quitter, you're a loser. That's just my opinion. Okay, so PayPal, I actually bought more last week off of this drop that they had on earnings. So we started buying this one around 60. It had this horrific drop. I mean, you could see the RSI is literally sitting at the lowest point it's ever been. So I did add to this position just because I bought it at 60 here. I added more at 40. This dip is just unprecedented. Okay, we're literally sitting for a big company like PayPal. We're sitting at the 2016 lows. Okay, the last time the price was down here at 40 was back in 2016. Okay, 2016 was 10 years ago. We're buying PayPal right now at a 10-year low. The lowest price in 10 freaking years, man. So I did buy the dip. If anything, I think it's going to snap back really quick, probably up here to 55. And then I might close a little bit because, again, I'm adding to the position down here and looking to take profits maybe around these moving averages here, around maybe 56 to 64. I do think it's going to snap back because PayPal's a huge company. They're not going anywhere. Their earnings look fine, right? They don't look like they're yes, they missed, but they didn't miss by that much. So I do like PayPal at these prices. Again, we're buying it at the lowest price in 10 years, okay? You don't even know what you were doing back in 2016, okay? You weren't buying PayPal because when it was down here, it went all the way up to 280, 290. I really like it down here at 40 bucks. So I'm continuing to hold that just because I believe in the company and I do think it's going to snap back. We got Coinbase here, another name. Again, we are looking to buy down here. Okay, we're looking to buy down here. Okay, I bought this green dot right here back in January at 230. It's all the way down here to 160. That was a nasty dip. But what are we doing down here? We're looking to buy more. They actually have earnings coming up here on Thursday. So they're reporting earnings here on Thursday. Coinbase, one of the biggest crypto companies out there. Again, it bounced right here at this support level. I like this one. I'm going to look to add more to it here on a green dot. Okay, once we get the next signal here. Okay, just being patient on Coinbase here. Again, down from $442. Nothing has changed in regards to the fundamentals. It's down 67% from the top. So again, most people are buying after a big move up. We are buying down here at 52-week lows. Okay, we want to buy the despair. Okay, people are in despair because they were buying up here at 450. Again, are we getting a fair price, a cheap price, or an average or an expensive price? Expensive, extended off the mean. Okay, into the mean is a fair price. Below the mean is a discounted price. We are literally sitting below the 4-year average right now on Coinbase. I don't think Coinbase is going anywhere. That's going to be a big player in the crypto markets if you guys believe in crypto. I like that one a lot still down here. RSI is oversold. Whenever you see the purple line on your indicator turn to green, okay, that just means we're oversold. Okay, that means things are overdone to the downside. They're overextended. Okay, and it's been a nasty 3 weeks for Coinbase. But hey, if you liked it here at 230 and it's down here at 164, okay, you should be throwing a party. We should like it just as much down here than we did up here. This is why we don't go all in on these signals, right? We use the 2.5% rule, meaning we don't invest more than 2.5% of our total portfolio in one signal. Never exceed more than 2.5% of your total portfolio on one trade. Look to average down at the position declines 20% or more. Okay, all of this I teach you guys in this trading course. The trading course is completely free. Okay, free trading course over here. You guys can watch that by clicking on this link. It explains our entire strategy and all of the indicators that we use. If you do not have our indicators, you guys can download those right here inside of the Discord by clicking on this link. It takes a couple of clicks and everything loads right up into your TradingView account. You'll get the Fibonacci, the moving averages, the red and green dots, the MACD, the stochastic RSI, everything that we use here. You will have full access to when you go through that link right here. It's literally plug and play. My email's right there if you guys have any questions about that. But I'm loving Coinbase down here at these prices, just looking for the green dot there. We got P-Sky. Okay, again, are we going up or are we going down? Okay, I started a position on this around $11, and I'm looking to add to it as soon as we get the weekly. Again, that also has earnings coming up, it looks like, in a couple of weeks. So this is Paramount Plus. So as soon as I saw that they had a partnership announcement with the UFC, I got interested in this stock just because I love the UFC. And it's right back down here to the August lows before we bounced up here to 20. I really like this one. Again, the wave is down here, so we're looking to accumulate. Just looking for a green dot there on P-Sky. Here's Plume. Plume's still green here as well. I started buying this one around 0.016. I'm down pretty heavy on it after this sell-off. Looking to potentially add more on this, but I'm bullish. I'm long-term bullish on Plume. Target on that still 20 cents. Still holding that one, if anything, looking to add. Cetus, this is one of my favorite cryptos. This is probably my top 3. I think this is extremely undervalued. I mean, this thing's gone down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months in a row. 7 months in a row down, dude. And we've been buying it down here at the lows. So I really like this name. I'm an absolute buyer. I might look to add more here on the next green dot, but I already have a pretty heavy position inside of Cetus. And again, just look at the dollar cost average on the weekly dots. We're not looking to sell till it comes back up here. Okay, till this wave. This thing was at 50 cents back here in 2024. It's under 2 pennies right now. Okay, if it goes halfway to where it was, I mean, that is going to be an insane amount of gains. I'm talking 1,400%. And this project is just as strong as any of the other ones. It's like a $14 million market cap right now. It's literally stupid how low that it's sitting right now. Massive opportunity. I think this is a huge sleeper. And I just really like the project. It's built on the SUI network, which in my opinion is one of the strongest blockchains out there. This is their DEX. So I'm honestly tempted to just swap my SUI for CETUS and ride this puppy back up, because I think the gains on CETUS are going to be a lot bigger than the gains on SUI here. And again, massive opportunity. I love a name that goes down for 7 months in a row. And again, we're not selling until we come back up here, guys. We think of ourselves like farmers, right? If the wave is down here, okay, we're planting seeds. We're planting. And when the wave comes up here, what are we doing? We're harvesting. This is when we take profits. Okay, we just hold through all this garbage, all this manipulation. We're just holding right through it. Okay, looking for signals, looking for places to add. Right, every week we can go to our job and we can make money, and we can invest 10 to 15% of our paycheck, right, every month, right, continuing to add to these positions while they're down here. And then when it comes back up here, okay, and all the doom and gloom is gone and everyone's excited again, this is when we're going to unload. Okay, it happens over and over and over and over and over again. I think CETUS is a massive opportunity. Okay, I think this is one of the best projects out there, to be honest with you. And it's trading below a $20 million market cap. It's stupid how much utility they're going to have in the future on the SUI network. Uniswap again, where are we sitting? Well, let's go ahead and draw a line. I've talked about this for the last couple of weeks. Again, this goes all the way back here to 2022, even all the way back here to 2020. So Uniswap is sitting at the low right here from 2020, okay? 2022, 2023, we bounced at this $3.50 level, okay? So we bounced here 3 years ago, bounced here 4 years ago, and bounced here 6 years ago. What do you think we're going to do now? Do you think Uniswap has less utility than it did back here in 2020 and 2023? I don't. I think it has more utility now. And again, we're not selling after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of capitulation. That's manipulation right there. Okay, this is the whales trying to flush you out. So I love Uniswap still. I think it's a very strong project on the Ethereum network. And again, we're just looking to buy the green dot when it comes again. We had a green dot right here. Okay, that called the bottom. Again, that was the bottom for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 weeks. So for 3.5 months, that told you that 5.5 was the low, right? We lost support, right? We lost our level right down here, lost this level, and then you get the liquidation because again, people are over leveraged, they get liquidated, right? They're stopped out, and that's what causes the fast sell-off that we've seen over the last couple of weeks, folks. Okay, the data doesn't lie. The data tells you, right? We got the red dot right there on the 12th, right there at $5. You could have said, okay, I'm going to set a stop loss at 450. If 450 breaks, I'm going to sell, right? And then obviously you got the sell-off. Okay, or you could have shorted it if you know how to short Uniswap. I haven't figured that one out. The only cryptos I know how to short right now are Ethereum and Bitcoin, the two big ones, just because you could buy puts on them, just like we did over here in the Discord. We bought the $40 puts when we saw those red dots over here. Okay, when Bitcoin got its red dot, we opened up a put on the Bitcoin ETF, and we made 250% on those puts from Bitcoin going down. So you can make money to the downside if you know how to trade options. Okay, and the only time I want to open up a put is when we see that red dot on the chart, right? If we get a red dot down here like we did there on the 26th at around 80,000, okay, we rode that all the way down to 59. We cashed out the put, and now we're going bullish again. Okay, so we wrote it down. Once we get the green dot again, then that'll be the confirmation that, hey, we're reversing and going the other way. But again, the dot don't lie, man. I mean, the dot came right here on the 12th, okay, at $5. You could have set a stop loss right here. I made a video on how to set a stop loss today, by the way. I'm going to put that into the trading course. Again, if you guys have not taken my trading course, you guys can take it for free over here. I'm going to add that stop loss video to that course because I think it's very important to understand. Chainlink, this is my largest position. I started buying this one again here at 12 after I sold it up here at around 26. So again, selling up here, buying down here. Okay, if I like it at 12, I should like it even more down here at 9. It's not going to matter if I buy it at 12 or buy it at 9 if I think it's going back to 30. It's going to matter a little bit, but really it won't make that big of a difference. And to me, Chainlink is a no-brainer. So I think there's a very likely chance we could probably go sideways for a while at these levels, just kind of build support, and then I think there's going to be a big move to the upside. But again, if we're farmers, we're thinking planting season right now, right? We're putting the seeds in the ground, right? We're continuing to add, continuing to build our positions, continuing to find ways to accumulate more down here. And when the reversal comes, okay, we're going to be ready to cash out when everyone's excited again. No one's excited right now. Again, fear and greed index, all-time lows, extreme fear. All we should be thinking about is how do I buy more, right? Do I need to go get another job? Do I need to go work some overtime? Do I need to go mow some lawns? Do I need to go shovel some snow? Okay, whatever you need to do to accumulate more and continue to add to your bags, that's what we should be thinking about right now. We shouldn't be thinking, oh no, like everything's so bad and down so big, right? This happens, right? And look where we're bouncing. We're bouncing right where we bounced in August of 2024 before we went from $8 to $30. If you were back here in August of 2024 and you sold your Chainlink down here at $8 because you panicked, you felt like a total idiot watching it go all the way up here to 30. Okay, so we're not buying when everyone's we're not selling when everyone's panicking. We're buying when everyone's panicking. Okay, that is when we just want to get in and we want to get more. And then when this happens and this comes up here, we're going to be ready to sell. Okay, it is planting season right now. Planting season. Say it in the chat. Let me hear you. Planting season. Planting season. Okay. What was that quote I posted on Twitter today? I thought it was a pretty good one. What did it say? It said, discipline over emotion, strategy over noise. So if you guys are familiar, we base everything. Here's that stop loss video, by the way, here. Stop loss strategy, how to limit risk to the downside. Okay, that was right here. Okay, and again, everything we do here is based on three things, folks. Logic, data, and discipline. Logic is our plan. Okay, this is our strategy about how we go about investing. Right, the data is what we get from the chart. Okay, these red and green dots, the moving averages, the MACD, we use all of it. Okay, we don't just use one indicator. We literally have like 5 or 6 indicators that we rely on here. Okay, the Fibonacci's a big one, and I go over all of them in the free trading course. But again, and then the discipline to stick to the plan, even when the plan's going against you. Okay, we have to have discipline. Okay, we have to have discipline. We have to, folks. Okay, discipline over emotion. I know emotions are probably high right now. Everybody's emotions are high. Okay, every crypto investor right now is emotional, right? Or to an extent, right? We've gone down 45% in 3 weeks. Okay, 50% drop in 3 weeks, guys. That's not a pretty thing, right? That is a very, very hard thing to stomach sometimes. Okay, I mean, but it happens, right? But what normally happens after you get that kind of a move? Well, we rip back to the upside because, again, people are panicking down here. Okay, if you only lose when you sell. Okay, the chances of this Chainlink going back to 15 are very high. The chance of it going back to 30, in my opinion, are even high. I seen someone calling for a $400 Chainlink the other day. Okay, on their technical analysis, and it made sense. I'm not saying it's going to hit 400. I'd be happy with 30 again, or 40 or 50. I personally have a target a link, and again, I'm just thinking it's going to hit 100 because the math makes sense. Okay, if it goes to 89, I'll just show you this real quick. Okay, in my opinion, Chainlink has some of the biggest utility out of any coin. But if you come over here, you guys can see Ethereum's market cap right now is $255 billion. Okay, that means it's worth $255 billion. Okay, well, if you come down to Chainlink, it's only worth $6 billion. So if this 10x'd, that means it would be worth $62 billion. And that would make it an $88 coin, right? It would be $88 if this 10x'd. 10x would just mean you add a zero. If we added a zero, this would go to $62 billion. That still wouldn't even be like a quarter of Ethereum's market cap. So if it's less than a quarter of Ethereum's market cap, it's going to be an $88 coin. And you can't make this stuff up. It's just math, right? It's just math. Okay? If this goes to 88, it would be a $62 billion project. $62 billion. Again, Ethereum's sitting at $255 billion. It's very possible. It's not crazy. What's crazy is XRP going to 10,000. That's just stupid. It doesn't make sense from a mathematical standpoint. Okay, anybody saying that, you should probably just hit that unfollow button because they're just trying to clickbait you. So, yep, bigger the dip, bigger the rip. I'll take some chart requests here. My brother from Argentina. What's up, man? Yeah, I'll take some chart requests. Let me get through the rest of this. Again, I do this on Monday for you guys. The chart request thread is open, by the way. This will be open for a little bit longer over here. We're going to be answering chart requests the rest of the week. Normally Monday is my portfolio update just because I get so many questions about my portfolio. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are going to be chart requests. That's where we're answering them from over here inside the Discord. So you guys can just type your chart request over here in the chart request thread. And Friday is our watch list. So if you guys missed Friday's watch list, you guys can check that out. But you guys still have time to get those over here in the Discord. I'll take a few from the chat here today once I get through everything, just for fun. Snapchat, again, $5 in my opinion is a steal. I have a massive position on this right now. It's literally sitting down here at the 2018 lows. So again, if you're asking yourself, hey, is it a good time to buy Snapchat? Well, it's at the lowest price it's been in 8 years. This is the 8-year low. And the last time it hit $5 back here in 2018, look what it did. It went from $5 all the way up to $80. So I like the fact that it's sitting at an 8-year low. I have pretty much put in a ton of money into Snapchat. I either think they're going to get bought out or I think they are going to figure it out. Okay, their earnings still look good. They actually beat their earnings and they sold off by like, I don't even know how much. They got killed on their earnings after they beat it. So their earnings look fine. Their earnings actually look good. They're actually increasing the amount of money that they're making quarter over quarter. And this move to me just doesn't make sense. So it's down here at an 8-year low. I think this is a no-brainer. One of the biggest social media companies out there, I actually looked it up. They have 477 million daily active users, meaning almost 500 million people use Snapchat every single day. Okay, they're a massive, massive social media platform, really big in the younger demographic from ages like 13 to 24. So I love it down here at an 8-year low. I am just extremely bullish. I think it's going to snap back really hard here in the spring. XCN, still holding this one, still just waiting for a weekly dot here. Had a nice move up here from 0.04 to 0.012. All-time highs up here at 5 cents. I'm just staking this one, earning 30% APY. It's gone down for 5 weeks in a row. So if this plays out and we get a green dot in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I think you're going to see this thing up here at 4 to 5 cents. Probably by June, if we can get a green dot here in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm just watching that one for a signal here. It is holding on to its 4-cent support right now, or 0.004. It's less than a penny, but that's the current support. Again, if we can get a green dot above that white line in the next couple weeks, this thing's going to absolutely explode. Ray, same thing. Big capitulation dip, just like every other crypto, just waiting on another signal. Okay, this one's getting pretty close here to 50 cents, which was the 2023 resistance right there that we broke out of. I'm just staking this one, continuing to earn. I like how it's starting the week here. Again, RSI is very oversold. When that turns green, that tells you, hey, we're way overdone to the downside. Just waiting on a green dot. Polkadot, same thing. Just need the green dot, still holding, still staking. HPQ, this one is green. I got some options on this one. What did we play the options on those for? HPQ is a huge tech company. They make stuff for computers, and we're playing the 32 calls for 2028. We're just thinking this thing's going to snap back here again. Big capitulation down. This reminds me of that Intel trade from last year. It does have the signal. They do have earnings coming out in a couple of weeks. I do like this trade a lot. It's way down here on the monthly, so I think it finds a bottom here around 1850. I am positioned on that. Obviously, it's in the portfolio, and I like it down here. I like it a lot. Look at that green line. I mean, it's very oversold. The last time that happened was right back here in March, and we had a big rip higher. So I do like HPQ. SMCI, I still really like this, still holding this green dot. I do think this one's going back to 60 or so. Again, our target's always up here in the red zone on the Fibonacci. That's between 52 and 60. So still holding that one. DRG, this is kind of a lower cap play, like a $4 million market cap. Very high risk, high reward play. I'm staking it on their website and just earning an APY for now. That one is a SEI play. And then Pyth. Pyth is a newer project as well. This is actually the competitor of Chainlink. And it just came out here in September. So when I saw Robinhood list them, that's when I took interest. I think I bought around 6 cents. So again, I'm down 20% on the position, but looking to add more here on the green dot. And then ASST, this one had a stock split. It did print a green dot here on the daily today. I like this one down here at the bottom of the fib. That one still looks good. I invested in this one just based on the CEO. I've told you guys that a couple times. I like the CEO of the company. He ran for president against Trump this year. He ended up dropping out, but he was that Indian guy. This is his company. So HIMS got whacked today. HIMS was down 16%. I told you guys I was going to buy this at 30, and if it went to 20, I was going to buy more. Well, guess what? It went to 20. So I actually added it on Friday at around $20. It's sitting at 19 right now. That thing was as low as 16. Again, looking for that green dot. They had some really bad news come out. That's why it dropped. They're getting rid of their weight loss drug because they were getting sued or something like that. So no more weight loss drug for them for now. But I still think this company is very, very strong in regards to fundamentals. They still have a lot of other ways that they generate income. That weight loss drug was like 31% of their revenue, though. So that's why you're seeing this big hit. But as long as it can hold on to 16 here, I think the chart looks really good. Again, are we getting it at a fair price or are we getting it at a discount? Okay, again, at the average, that blue line is the 4-year average. Okay, we were buying it right here around 30, right around a fair price, right around the mean, and now it took a dip. Okay, and now we're getting it at a major discount down here at 16. Just looking for the green dot for that confirmation. Buyers were stepping in here today. I think this was one of the biggest volume days for it. Okay, lots of big volume coming in here at these levels. So I like HIMS. I like it more than I did up at 30. It's down here at 20 now, so I think my average cost is around 25 or so now. So I'm still down on the position, but again, it's at a 52-week low. If you take out this green candle here, this thing's literally gone down since September. Look at all the red. Red, 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 red. You think people are excited about this stock right now? We are. We should be, because this is what we look for, right? We want to buy stocks that are very beaten up like this. I'm not sure if it's going to recover. I'm giving it till earnings, so I'm going to look and see what it does here in a couple weeks, but this is a very big level for it here. And again, the fundamentals of the company are still strong. It's called HIMS, but they also have a woman's brand called Hers that has really been accelerating their revenue growth. So they're like a on-demand pharmaceutical company. So they sell pharmaceutical drugs through their app, and they have a really big user base. So again, I like it down here at 20 just as much as I did here at 30. I told you guys when I bought it, I'm going to buy it here at 30. If it goes to 20, I'm going to average down, and that's exactly what we're doing here. SSOX, this has kind of gone the other way on us the last couple of days. I do have a stop loss set on this at 170. So if it breaks down below 170, I'm going to sell this short. This is really going to depend on what NVIDIA does here. NVIDIA is just literally going sideways here. Okay, I still think NVIDIA is going to crack here. This is our hedge. But if that does break down below 170, I am going to sell it. And then my last stock is going to be GM, and I'm short GM. Why am I short GM? Well, we got a MACD crossover right here. We're way up off these moving averages, so I actually have the puts on GM. And those were actually up pretty nicely today. I'm still down a little bit on the position, but we're playing the $50 puts for 2027. So 2027, bought the puts, meaning I think this thing is going to come back down here this year. Again, all the indicators are pointing down. That MACD crossover is very bearish, so we'll benefit by GM selling off. But those are currently the only two short positions I have on right now. And like I said, I'm going to sell SOXS if it breaks 170. And GM, I'm just still holding. That looks good with a red dot here this week. So that's it for the portfolio. Did I cover SUI? I think I skipped over SUI. My bad. Again, this thing is down here at $1. So we bought it at 130. Okay, and we said if it goes down to $1, we're going to average down on a green dot. So the only thing I'm waiting for on SUI is a green dot. I might swap my SUI for CETUS down here, just because I think CETUS is going to have a really big rebound. I think SUI could rebound, but I think the gains will be much, much higher on CETUS when that happens. So I'm kind of just debating on what to do right now. I'm just mostly waiting on a signal for SUI. What else you guys got? You guys got chart requests? Let's go ahead and check some chart requests here from the chat. I got a little bit of time here to go over some chart requests. Silver's going back up, so we nailed the bottom of that short. I cashed out the rest of the short right here at around 68, but that thing is trying to turn here. I would say as long as it holds on to 65, it looks pretty good. Okay, looks pretty good. Trying to reverse back higher. I wouldn't touch it up here, right? We only want to buy when the wave's down here. We don't want to chase the FOMO, right? We don't want to chase the FOMO pump. Not saying that thing can't keep going up, but we shorted the crap out of this at like 117. We literally nailed the top. It sold all the way off to 65. We sold the short, and we rotated into something else. But this thing needs to get back over 92 for me to really be back on board with the bullishness on silver. What else we got? I see one for, you guys could just put the ticker in. SHIB is SHIB. I think SHIB's a dead project, to be honest with you. It did come down here. I mean, it's, again, you're at the lows of 2023, so this is the lowest price in 3 years. And it goes all the way back here to 2021. So you're buying it at the 3 to 5 year low if you believe in SHIB. I just don't really see a lot of hype around SHIB anymore. I don't really see a lot of people talking about it. I think there's some better names to own. If you're going to buy an altcoin, I would like XCN or Cetus. I mean, I just don't see a lot of people hyping up SHIB like it was back in the day. I think SHIB kind of had its day, but it is at a 3 to 5 year low if you believe in the project. I see one for Microsoft from our boy Wisconsin. So Microsoft came down here into the 4-year moving average, just looking for the green dot. This looks good. I mean, it looks good down here at around 389. You just want to wait for that signal of confirmation. If you want to take a trade right now, I would just put a stop loss probably at 380. If 380 holds, this thing could bounce really hard, but I think it's going to go sideways a little bit over the next couple weeks. I think we're just going to kind of chill out, and then we'll make our move. But what I'd be watching for on Microsoft is just the green dot there. TAI, TARS AI. This thing's getting smoked. But it is down here at a low. I mean, everyone was jacked up about this name up here at 50 cents. Now it's down here at 0.015. And again, just waiting on the next signal. It's been a nasty, nasty year for TARS AI. But if this project's going to survive, I think right now is a really good time to be buying. What else we got? Novax, NVAX. That one looks like it wants to bounce. I'd put a stop loss on this one at 750. As long as 750 holds, this looks pretty good. The dot is still green. Hopefully you got in on the green dot down here at 650. It pumped all the way up to 10. Now it's pulling back and trying to bounce here off the average. It looks good. I would just make sure that one holds on to that weekly support level right there at around 750. Put a stop loss on that at 740 or so. PANW, this is Palo Alto Networks. I was taking a look at this today. Again, we're down in here in our buy zone, guys. This doesn't happen very often, right? Since 2023, in the last 3 years, this thing has only been down here 2 times, okay, below the white line. 2 times in the last 3 years. So it rarely happens, right? These opportunities don't come around every day. This isn't a daily occurrence. This is like very rare, right? It's very rare. 3 times in the last 3 years, okay, since January of 2023. So I'd really like this name. I'd put a stop loss at 140 on it. Nice bounce today. It actually got a daily dot here and it's bouncing. So target on that's 220. I really like it down here at 160. AVAX. I'm telling you right now, any altcoin right now that you guys believe in is an absolute buy. This thing went all the way down to 750, just getting smoked since we got our sell signal back here in October. That was the sell signal at 35. It's sold off all the way down here to 9. Looks like it's trying to build a base here at 850. I'd love to see that green dot pop. Again, if we can get these green dots on altcoins in the next 2 to 3 weeks, this pattern that's playing out is extremely, extremely bullish, okay? If you guys study the Wyckoff accumulation pattern, okay, look at this. Okay, we bounce, they sell it off really hard, and then we just rip to the sky. Same kind of thing. We bounce, they sell it off really hard, and then we rip to the sky. Okay, the bigger the dip, the bigger the rip. And I like AVAX a lot down here. Just wait for that confirmation. What's the daily say? Okay, the daily's giving you green dots down here again. I like AVAX a lot at these prices. If you believe in the project of AVAX, again, where are we sitting? We're sitting at the October of 2023 lows. What happened last time we hit this level? Ripski, okay, we went from 9 all the way up here to 65. So if you sold down here last time, you probably felt like an idiot, okay, up here when it went up to 60, $70, and that could very well happen again here on AVAX, okay, that's a pretty big project there. ServiceNow, I sold my Now for Snapchat last week. I got out of it, but again, just waiting on that signal. It's very oversold. I mean, this thing is extremely, extremely oversold. Just looking for the green dot there on Now for the confirmation of the bottom, but I think it's going to probably bottom here at around 100. I just like Snapchat more. I'm more familiar with what Snapchat does. That's why I decided to take a loss and just put the money into Snapchat. STBL. So again, here's an example of a stock that's given a sell signal. You got the red dot right there. Okay, that is where we sell. Okay, we want to sell when the wave is up here and buy when it's down here. Okay, this is when we take profit. So I'd be a profit taker there. Bob says AVAX is going to melt faces. Is there a dot on SUI is a dot on SUI a good indicator for CETUS? Yes, it is. Because CETUS is built on the SUI network. So when SUI goes up, okay, all the ships normally rise with the rising tide, right? If SUI goes up, all of the tokens on its ecosystem are going to go up as well. So the only difference between SUI and CETUS is that CETUS is only a $14 million market cap, whereas SUI is about $1 billion market cap, or I think it's like a $4 billion market cap or something like that. So, right, if CETUS went to $1 billion market cap, that would be it'd be 100x. It'd be a 100x move. Okay, and 100x moves are awesome. I've never hit one, but if I had to pick one for a 100x move this cycle, it would be CETUS. That would be my pick. What else we got? Gold, GLD. Gold. Again, I would not touch gold up here. Okay, our time to buy gold was back here in 2023 at 170. Okay, it's up here at 465. I'd still be short gold up here. I just don't like the gold price. I don't want to buy it at all-time highs. We don't want to buy stuff at all-time highs. We want to buy it down here at the lows. We want to buy when this wave is down here, giving us those green dots. And again, this is not a day trading signal. This does not mean you're going to get a Lambo next week. Okay, you want to buy and you want to hold until you get the red dot with the wave up here. Okay, we should have been taking profits right there at around 220, but it kept going. Doesn't matter. That was a 100% move. You doubled your money right there. Okay, you should be happy with that. If you kept holding, congratulations. But we're not touching this up here. MACD's way too overdone. XLM. XLM is down here at 15 cents. So again, very oversold. Okay, all these crypto RSIs are in the gutter. I mean, like I said, guys, the crypto sentiment has not been this bad. I've been trading crypto since 2021 or 2020. Okay, and it has never been this low. Okay, sentiment has never been this bad before. Okay, so just understand, you guys are witnessing history right now. It has never felt this bad, this awful after this dip we've gotten to start the year to be a crypto investor. It has never felt this bad before. But what I can tell you is when most names pull back 60 to 70%, they get a bounce. Okay, 73% down from the top that we called right here in August, okay, at 45 cents. Okay, if you didn't sell, okay, learn your lesson and continue to develop as a trader and as an investor. But what we're doing on XLM is waiting for another signal there on the weekly. What else we got? Oh, STLB, the crypto. STLB. Looks very new. So not a lot I could tell you. STLB. STBL, USDT. On there. Yeah, so just not a lot I could tell you. There's no data on my indicator. So I don't really trade newer projects just because they haven't had time to develop or give me any data yet. If you guys don't see the indicator on your, if you don't see the waves or anything, it's just because it just came out, right? It just came out in September. So there's not enough data to populate our indicators in order to get an idea of what the price is going to do next. HBAR, I like HBAR. HBAR got a weekly dot here today. So we actually had a gold dot on this pop, but this is one of the only cryptos right now giving a green dot on the weekly. So we want to see a lot of other coins start to give this. This is looking good down here at 9 cents. Okay, it bounced right there at 7. It's up here at 9 now. Again, the wave is down here. All we should be thinking about is planting seeds right now. Right? If we're farmers, we're planting seeds down here. Okay, planting seeds, planting and harvesting up here. Okay, I don't know when harvest season's going to come. Nobody does. Nobody knows when we're going to go on that parabolic move. But when it happens, okay, typically after you see these dots, it normally happens within 1 to 6 months from my experience. Okay, 1 to 6 months. If we have to wait 6 to 12 months, so be it. Okay, you're not going to care if it goes 400% back to the top. Okay, the last times we got green dots with the wave this far was back here in September of 2024. Look what happened. Okay, we went from 4 cents all the way to 40 cents. That was 1,000% move last time. And it happened in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. 5 weeks it took to erase all of these losses. Boom, 5 weeks. So I'm very bullish on H-bar right now. It has the green dot showing up here too on the weekly. Solana. Solana's in a good spot too. Looks like it bounced right there. I don't think it's going to go lower than 65 now. Again, we're just waiting on the green dot. Again, these RSIs turning green just tells you that it's very oversold. Very, very oversold. Okay, this does not happen very often. Okay, you do not get the chance to buy when the sentiment is this bad. So again, Solana, we're going to wait for that green dot. Again, we got it right here, back here at 119. I told you guys, hey, if we lose 115, this is going to happen, and it did. Okay, you could have set your stop loss right there. You got the red dot on this candle right here. Okay, so your stop loss could have been right there at, boom, 115 or even 110. And then, boom, you got stopped out, and now you can get back in for a cheaper price. Okay, if you didn't set a stop loss, I dropped a video on how to use a stop loss today. You can come over here to the chart section, stop loss strategy, how to limit risk to the downside. Okay, I don't know why it's taking my microphone right there. That's weird, but stop loss strategy, how to limit risk to the downside. I'm going to put this video in the trading course. If you guys are new, I have a free trading course over here in the Discord. Just click on this link. I'm going to go add that video into that trading course because I think it's very important to understand, right? Because when you get a red dot, that can invalidate the green dot. Okay, so again, we shorted Bitcoin on its red dot and made money to the downside. So now, right, we're sitting at 87, and now we're just waiting for a green dot to either get back in or add to our position. I don't use Ledger. Outlook on RR after the pullback. Aren't they getting sued or something? Or they announced that deal with Microsoft. That was so stupid. I can't believe that happened. There have just been some really unfortunate news events for some of these trades we've taken over the last. I mean, like the whole thing with HIMS today. Like that was insane. They're completely just taking their drug off the market. Okay, about 2 weeks after we buy. Okay, and then the whole thing with RR, right? They made that announcement. What did they do? They made that announcement right here. Stock was up 50% on the day. Hey, we're partnering with Microsoft. Yeah. And then the next day or 2 days later, they're like, oh, never mind. And then it goes back down to 350. I've never seen that before. I mean, they should get sued for that because you can't just release a statement saying, oh, we're partnering with one of the biggest companies in the world to make these robots. And then all of a sudden, oh, never mind, right? The stock went up to $5 and then flushed all the way back down to 350. I mean, it still has support here at 250. As long as it holds 250, it's good. I'd probably just wait on the green dot here on RR. But that was just a weird pump and dump there. Again, they released the news and then they retraced the news. So, yeah. I mean, I got out at like break even because I entered at 350 off this dot and then it went up to 5 and I was like, oh, this thing is going to the moon. It's partnering with Microsoft. And then 2 days later, oh, never mind. That's the market though, man. The market is not our friend, right? The thing that separates us from being right and wrong is time. Right? You can be very wrong in the short term, but be right in the long term. Okay, like I was telling you guys earlier, one of my biggest positions is Chainlink, and I started buying Chainlink right here at 12. Okay, I bought Chainlink thinking that this thing's going to go, well, I think it's going to $100, but let's just say it goes back to 30, right? Let's just say it goes back to where it was right here in August. Okay, it's really not going to matter if I buy it at 12 or buy it at 9 if it goes back up here. I'm still going to be happy when it goes back up here. Again, I don't know when that's going to happen. But you guys got to think of it in terms of a longer time frame, right? You could be very wrong in the short term. Me buying Chainlink right here, very wrong in the short term. Okay, 3 weeks down, right? 45% drop in 3 weeks. Okay, but when it rebounds, it goes back up here. Guess what? I'm not going to be wrong anymore. Okay, so again, the only thing separating you or anybody else from being right or wrong is time. Time is our friend in the markets. The more time we give it, the more time we have, the more likely we are to be correct. Because eventually, this wave is going to come back up here. It always has, always does, always will. Okay? And we're going to sell when it gets back up there. Okay? Everything is very oversold. There's never been a better time to buy Chainlink in regards to the technicals right now. Bob says criminals. I agree. You can't release a piece of news and then retrace it. At least give it a couple days to let it ride. You know, you could have at least let it go up to $10 before you release the news. But just weird. I mean, like shady stuff like that happens in the markets. It's just the way it is, you know. I don't use Ledger. No. I should, but I don't. What about Hyperliquid? So Hyperliquid's been one of the only names that has been going up. So again, we got the signal right here at around 24 and another one right here at around 24 again, and it went all the way up to 38. So now it's just hanging out right here around 30. Maybe if you wanted to use a stop loss, maybe use it at like 27. But this has been one of the only names that has gone up. Not a huge fan of it up here at these levels. I liked it a lot more down here at 24. And I don't know too much about the project. Says this entire year will probably be in an accumulation phase until October probably, which is great. I'm more on the side of we're going to get a V-shaped recovery. I think we're going to rebound really fast just because, I mean, you can see when we dip really hard like this, it normally just rips to the upside. I'm looking for more of a V-shaped recovery than I am just going sideways all year. But either way, I'll be happy, man. We're just going to keep accumulating at these prices. Again, it has never been a worse time, okay? It has never been a worse time to be a crypto holder, okay? And how do we know that? Oops. We look at the Fear and Greed Index, right? It's at all-time lows. This has been the worst time to be a crypto holder and a crypto investor. The worst time in history, okay, according to the sentiment. So when it's that far, when the sentiment is that bad, normally they're going to snap it right back because they need to keep retail's interest, right? They need to keep retail interested. If they just keep shoving the market down, and I mean, like I said earlier, we've gone down for 7 months in a row, okay? The bear market started right here, guys. This is not the bear market right here. This is not now we're in a bear market. No, the bear market started when we got our sell signal right here in August. August to February is a 7-month drop. So this prior drop right here, we went from December all the way down to April. So that was December, January, March, April. Okay, that was 4 months. This has been 7 months. Okay, 7 months of down. So yes, we're in a bear market, but what do we do in bear markets? What do we want to do in bear markets? We want to accumulate. You make money in the market by buying in bear markets. Okay, you don't make money by being scared. Okay, when everyone else is running for the hills, that's when you want to buy. Okay, that's when everyone else is quitting, when everyone else is getting ticked off and quitting. That is when you want to get in. That is when. And again, we can use all kinds of psychology. We can use all kinds of indicators to tell us right now. This is the best illustration, I think, right here, the mean. Okay, if we're going off the 4-year moving average, right? 4 years is a lot of data to go off of. Would you agree? 4 years is a long time. 4 years is all the way back here in 2022. All the way back here. Okay, so all of this is a lot of data. Okay, and that's the average price over 4 years. Look where it's at. Look where price is. Okay, 4-year average is sitting at 2,600. Okay, that's right where we bounced right there. And guess what? Boom. They liquidated all the longs, all the people who were using leverage. They're out. They're gone. Okay, toast. So we're below the 4-year average right now. So we know we're getting discounted prices. And again, if prices stick down here, like you said, until October, fine. Okay, we're just going to keep going to work, keep buying, and then eventually harvest season's going to come, and we're going to be happy, right? Things are going to be good again, right? We want to buy when things are bad, when the turbulent times, when the testing of your faith comes, okay, that's when you need to persevere. You can't give up and give in, okay? Because again, you invested in projects for a reason. If you're not buying I believe in every one of these projects. I know what each and every one of them does and represents. I'm not buying meme coins, fart coins, butt coins. We're not doing that here, okay? We're buying good quality assets, good quality companies that actually have utility, that actually have purpose, and that actually are doing something, right? So I think the only company I really don't know a lot about in my portfolio is ASST, but I know about the CEO. It was an investment in the CEO. Okay, I'm investing based on who the CEO is. I'm investing on the horse. Okay, and Warren Buffett says you could do that. That's okay to do. You want to find a good CEO if you believe in the guy or the gal, right? Make a bet on him. Okay, place a trade on him. This thing was like 66 cents when I bought it. They did a stock split, so I mean, it's not weird, but again, we're just playing the technicals here. Okay, when this wave comes back up here, we'll be looking to sell because again, down here we're looking to buy. What else we got? Did I cover Plume yet? Yes, I did. It's still in the same kind of range. Again, my target on this is all the way up here at 20 cents, up at the top of the fib, so it's at a penny right now. If it goes back to 20 cents, it's a 2,000% move. I started buying this one at 0.016. Again, I'm down after this dip, but I don't care, right? I didn't buy here to sell here. I bought here to sell up here, okay? And I believe in the project of Plume. They have the backing of CZ and a lot of other interesting partnerships. So, yeah, I'm still holding Plume. TTWO. TTWO. Down here in our buy territory, we're just missing the green dot. So, if this one comes down to 180, I would definitely buy it. But that thing is currently a falling knife. It had a nice little bounce here today. So if you actually wanted to take the daily alert there, you could put a stop loss right there at 190 or 180, up to you, however much you want to risk. But it is down here in buying territory. So all that we're missing is a green dot. If you believe that thing's going to bounce here, just use a stop loss at 180. Got pretty close to the moving average, but not quite there. ICP. What's ICP doing? Okay, just hanging out right here around $2. This thing had a big run up here to 9 and then flushed right back down. Okay, it's another one of those layer ones that just I just don't know. I just don't know too much. There's not a lot of people hyping it up, not a lot of people talking about it. We want to buy projects that have really strong communities and a lot of people interested in it, right? I would say Sui has probably one of the biggest communities out there, along with XRP. Chainlink has a good one. XCN has a great one. Uniswap, okay. Pinlink, decent. Ethereum definitely has a lot of a big following, right? So it's going to be an interesting week for sure. It's going to be an interesting week. We got a lot of daily signals here. We're just waiting on those weeklies to confirm this move. But I really think the bottom from last week was the bottom for a lot of these names. I don't think Ethereum is going lower than 1,700 from here. Okay, it might go down there and try to test it, but ultimately I think we're going to hang out in this range. I think we're probably going to see a lot of sideways action, kind of like this. Up, down, up, down, up, down, and then I think we're going to get the move. So hopefully it's a V-shaped recovery and we just frickin' bounce right back to the highs within the next couple of months. That'd be great. But ultimately, we just have to wait and see where the signal comes. What's going on, Georgie? Welcome, brother. You're a YouTube Spartan now. Welcome. And if you guys are a member on YouTube, you guys have the guys with the green name, the guys and gals with the green name on YouTube, you guys can join by hitting that join button. But you guys have priority access to requests here inside of the chat. So if you sign up and become a member on YouTube, just know that I'm looking at your requests before everybody else's. And if you guys are not in the Discord yet, I would highly recommend getting in the Discord and getting connected with our team over here. You guys can join for free. The link is in the description of this video. I'll pin it down in the comments section for you guys that are watching the replay, and it's pinned to the top of chat right now. I'll go ahead and drop the link. Again, it's free to join. We do have a membership over there that's about $4 a month that gets you access to everything, but I just went ahead and dropped the link there in the chat. President Trump says the U.S. economy can grow at 15% if Kevin Walsh does his job as Fed chair. Well, that doesn't really help us out, now does it? What happened? Trump was like, we're getting 1% rates for sure. Now he's like, he might do it. Crazy, man. A Trump tweet would be awesome. Like tomorrow, if he could just tweet like, hey, Bitcoin's going to 1 million or something, and just let it ride. You know what I'm saying? We could use that right now. We could use that right now. What else we got? MSTR. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. Amen, brother. James is one of my favorite books in the Bible. So much wisdom, so much knowledge in the book of James. I love that. Thank you. My man, Slow Train. MSTR hit 100. I don't know if you guys could find the video, but back here in September, or it was July or September, I was like, okay, right, we got the sell signal right there. Boom. 440, 450. I was like, hey, if this hits $100, I'd buy it. And I did buy it around 120. This is another name that I sold for Snapchat. I got a big position on Snapchat. I sold it because I don't want to say it here on my video because I don't want to get banned or anything. But let's just say somebody was in a certain file that I did not like, and you know, if something were to happen in regards to that, I just would not want to be a part of that company. So technically, it looks like a great time to accumulate, right? I said it would hit $100. I said that back in July. I didn't say it would. I said if it did, I would be a buyer. But I just don't like the what, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, the Discord's free to join. So if you guys join the Discord, you guys get a bunch of free access to a bunch of free content. Again, I have that free trading course down here. You guys can check out all the apps we use. So you can get the trading indicator over here. You can get access to our trading rules, the cheat sheet. We drop news every single day. Like, you never miss a piece of news over here. You could always watch our latest YouTube. We go live Monday through Friday here. You could always watch the replays over here. We got the cheat sheet, support chat. We do have a membership that does cost. It's only $4 a month if you want to pay for the year in full, but that will get you access to the chat, our weekly watch list. So if you guys missed the watch list video from Friday, that's here on YouTube. You could also just click on it right here and watch it. I post all my trades over here. We actually have a giveaway going on right now. It's actually going to end here at 5 o'clock. So you guys actually still have 2 hours to enter for this 200 XRP giveaway. So you could win 200 XRP just by clicking on this link over here. If you guys are members, don't forget to go do that. That winner will be announced at 5:07 Pacific time. Again, I call out all my trades over here. You guys can join the chat with our members and you get a bunch of cool stuff. So it is free with a paid option. So we have over 3,000 people in our paid community. $4 a month gets you access to everything that we do here in the Discord. The Discord is a place to be just because it's a place where we can stay connected when I'm not on the live, when I'm not on YouTube. Discord is where I spend the majority of my time there. Like I said, it is free with a paid option. So, yeah. That looks like it for today, folks. Again, you guys still have time to get your chart requests in over here in the Discord. If you guys want those answered tomorrow, we'll be answering all of these here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are for chart requests strictly. And then Friday is our watch list. Monday is always the portfolio update where I go over my portfolio with you guys just so you guys know where my head's at in regards to everything. Nothing really changes. All these names are still down in planting season and accumulation territory. So we're just buying and holding and accumulating more, right? We're holding when the wave is down here and we're looking to sell when it comes back up here, buying good quality assets. So hopefully you guys got some value out of this. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for some chart requests. Show up here. You guys can get them in live. And if you guys are watching the replay, if you can't make the lives, just get them over here in the chart request section. With that being said, God bless you guys. Godspeed. And we'll see you tomorrow.